To say that anime involving magic are commonplace would be an understatement. I can assure you that with every passing season, there is always at least one magic-centric anime that's premiered, and sometimes even more than one. Because of this, it seems that a good majority of people have grown accustomed to just ignoring a good bunch of the anime with the magic genre. But I must say that this is not one of those situations. Hello everyone, this is the RPG Monger, and the Ancient Magus Bride, while only having 2 episodes out at the writing of this video, is already destined to become one of the greats. And considering you're watching this video, I'm sure you want to know why. Among other anime, I have been waiting for the TV anime of the Ancient Magus Bride for a long time, as not only have tons of people recommended it to me, but the series had an OVA release not too long ago, giving us a collective taste of what this adaptation has to offer. And it offers a lot. But for those who came here not knowing what the hell I'm talking about, allow me to explain. The Ancient Magus Bride is a shonen anime boasting such genres as fantasy, slice of life, and magic like I said earlier, though unlike most anime, there is much more beyond these broad genres. First off, let's talk about our protagonist, Hattori Chise. Talk about breaking shonen norms. This series really does it all, as instead of a bubbly, determined boy who aspires for some lofty end goal, Hattori Chise starts out as a person who has no goals, has no hope, and has no friends or family to support her. In every sense of the word, she is alone. Though of course, this is not the end for our hopeless protagonist, as once Chise has finally hit rock bottom, a chance is offered to her that she cannot turn down. And who is offering this chance? Well, it's none other than a questionably human magus who, by a chance encounter, gives Chise's life a second chance to blossom by making her his apprentice. The question is, will it? From just that synopsis of mine, you can probably already tell that the depth of these characters off the bat is quite tremendous, with part of the appeal of the show being just how realistic some of these characters can be. Not to mention the multiple romantic themes that this anime will employ only enhances these two characters, as it only provides more ways to progress these characters and slowly but surely unravel their hidden flaws. In retrospect, it's honestly ironic considering how fantastical the setting is. Though now with the basics out of the way, let's talk production. Now, in case you didn't know, one of the reasons this anime has been so anticipated is because Studio Wit is behind it. And to give context, some of the anime they've made include such series as Attack on Titan and Cabaneri and the Iron Fortress. So considering that, the animation in the Ancient Magus Bride is absolutely fantastic. From the vivid colors of the rural landscapes to the fluent animation of the creatures and characters, the quality of the animation that this series boasts truly contributes to the seamless world building that this anime also contains. Not to mention, the sound design is great as well, thus creating the kind of atmosphere needed for such an anime. It really says something when you can actually pause the show and the scene you paused on could be believably used as a desktop background. Though there is something I must stress, since just by going onto a few forums online, I've seen a pretty common problem surrounding this show. This TV anime is not the OVA. While yes, the OVA had fantastic production quality as well, it does not represent the story told in the manga nearly as well as the now airing anime, and was honestly more for people who had already been reading the manga. Like, please, do not start this series with the 3-episode OVA. It will leave you confused and discouraged in my opinion. But back in production, before I forget, this anime has one hell of an opening. Like honestly, it may be minimalistic starting out, but it really gets good halfway through. And compared to the other anime this season, it'd have to be one of the best so far. Though I can probably think of a few that are pretty on par with it. The Ancient Magus Bride is a series that has chemistry. Chemistry between all aspects of the anime, creating a show that honestly stands out from the rest. Like hell, I know I said earlier in the year that Little Witch Academia may have ended up being my favorite this year, but the way things are panning out, the Ancient Magus Bride may be stealing that spot, especially considering this anime will span 24 episodes, adapting quite the large chunk of the manga, and with that, ensuring that the plot won't be overly rushed, but instead spread out smoothly at a pace that makes it easy to become invested in not only the characters, but the world as a whole. Though to return to my original point, magical anime are everywhere, with them honestly blending in with every other genre out there. And I mean every genre. So above everything else I've talked about, what makes the Ancient Magus Bride different? Well, taking in mind the aforementioned chemistry, and I guess this kind of plays into that, but it's the contrast. As on one end, we're all seeing a mystical, wondrous world filled with creatures never seen outside the walls of our imagination. On the other end, we're seeing characters like Elias and Chise who both have deep emotional flaws, far deeper than what they let on. Something surprisingly real for such a fantastical setting. And honestly, coming from me personally, that's why I want to continue watching this series. But to end it all off, I'll leave you with this. To say that The Ancient Magus Bride was hyped to the max by Studio Wit would be an understatement. Considering the 3 episodes of the OVA and considering past series who've done this, I was honestly worried that the end product would be lackluster, though to my surprise, The Ancient Magus Bride surpassed all of my expectations and is looking to be one of the best anime of this year. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, do subscribe, and today's cool thing of the day is Mononoke. Now, I've been intending on watching this series for the longest time, but after finally getting around to doing it, I honestly wish I would have done it sooner. This anime has got to be one of the most intriguing and unique out there, with its entrancing art style and interesting stories. Hell, I may even incorporate it into a future video at this rate. If you haven't seen Mononoke yet, then you're really missing out. By all means, watch it. So that being said, I'm the RPG Monger, and don't forget that each and every one of you are fantastic.